And that's the metals market and commodities play. Let's talk about the annual conference of the Federal Civil Service Cooperative Union, which is scheduled for tomorrow, Wednesday, in Abuja. That conference is headlined around poverty reduction through collective investments as a country goes through a tough economic path. Now, speaking more to me on this from Abuja studios is Onjefu Obe. Obe is the president of the Federal Civil Service Staff Cooperative Union. Good evening to you, sir, and thanks for coming in this evening. Hello, can you hear me?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now, tell me a bit about British Federal Civil Service Cooperative Union. What is it about? How much assets are you guys sitting on?
Now, the Federal Civil Service Cooperative Union is the umbrella body of all the corporate societies in the MDAs, that is ministries, departments, and agencies of government. It's a union of all the societies coming together, sitting on 6 pillar words, that's CCAPTI, CAPTI, which stand for cooperation, collaboration, advocacy, peer review, and training and investment. That's what the reason why we came together.
What exactly does you cooperate? What does it really involve, by the way? And I was asking a bit earlier, part of my question was about how much billions of naira do you guys have under your belt?
Oh, we're actually sitting on billions of money. Take, for example, respective cooperative societies are worth millions of money. So the collection of these societies together gives you over $1 billion. As I'm talking to you today, we have deductions from some cooperative societies, from the IPPIS, which they have not even refunded to the societies. And we're actually looking forward to have that kind of money given back to the societies, you know. So we are sitting on a whole lot of money.
Well, I'm interested in the focus of your conference tomorrow, which is about poverty alleviation, poverty reduction using collective investment schemes. Tell me more about this. Why is this very important?
Okay, the importance of tomorrow's event essentially is to find a way to bring all the societies together, harness what we have, and then create such welfare pool of money that we can use for the collective well-being of all our members. So essentially, we are talking about the neglect of the cooperative societies around the country and how much we think we are contributing to the GDP of the country, and which has been neglected by the federal government. So part of what we are doing tomorrow is to create that awareness and that inform the public of how much we are worth and why we should be giving the appropriate environment to operate, which to me has not been done. And part of tomorrow's event too is to expose the federal government to the obsolete the laws guiding the corporate societies, which is the Federal Corporate Societies Act, which has become very obsolete.
What would you want the government to do around the act? What more would you like to do if you get a repeal and replacement of that act? What specifically are you looking at?
Yes, we are seeking a total repeal of the act. It has become totally obsolete and is not in conformity with reality and with the practical reality of things that are happening. So we want the federal government to come into that and seeking how they can create a commission to actually regulate the activities of the cooperative societies, which is still lying at the Ministry of Agriculture. So there should be a special commission to regulate the activities of the cooperative societies as part of the advocacy we are doing.
Well, collective investments, cooperatives are more a little bit about finance, by the way. You're looking at Ministry of Finance oversight or what?
No, Ministry of Finance does not oversight the cooperative societies. As it is now, we are looking for where there should be a commission, unlike where if you go to the states, they are being regulated by the different departments at the federal level by the Ministry of Agriculture. We are saying that there should be one body to regulate, just like we have the Corporate Affairs Commission, to regulate the activities of these corporate societies, which contributes very huge sums of money or contribute to the GDP of the federal government, the great economy of this country. So we think that that should be recognized, and it is not being done.
If you get the act repealed and replaced, what would you want to do? Are you looking at perhaps you want to set up microfinance banks? Are you looking at setting up funds? In what investment areas are you looking at?
Okay, you know, basically the corporate society is a social welfare. And if there's a regulation in terms of how it is set up, how it is managed, then it will go down well with all institutions and where the respective bodies that have the cooperative societies. So if that is done, then the appropriate GDP or their contribution to the economy will be well captured. Right now, it is well scattered. It is not known. Apart from the worker cooperative societies, a lot of societies are out there and people don't even know about them. So the much they are contributing to the GDP of the economy of this country is not cohesive enough. And that has to be done through a proper channel, like a commission.
So, but if you have a commission, and then perhaps the government is going to bring a lot of regulations in terms of transparency, accountability, and all of that into your books of accounts, it may have to be opened up to other government agencies to check whether things have been run properly. You ready for that?
Yeah. Yes, very much, very much. It's better for everybody. Because you just wake up, people just set up cooperative societies, and then it doesn't go to anywhere. It's not regulated, and so much corruption, and that cannot continue. It's not sustainable. I want a sustainable economy where the amount of money being given or contributed by these societies can be given, accounted for. That is what we are looking for.
Well, in terms of your operations at the Federal Civil Service Staff Cooperative Union, how does rising inflation and exchange rate impact on your cooperative union and your investment plans and other activities?
Okay, of course we are Nigerians, and then we are being affected by our purchasing power. The amount of money we take to the market is affecting us, the inflation is affecting us. But then you realize that most of the cooperative societies have shops, supermarkets in their respective institutions, and it's a big takeaway for the institutions, for the body, the apex body. For example, I have a shop in my cooperative. All I need to do, I just walk in there and then pick whatever items I need for my home. That is one of the advantages of cooperative society. But yet the prices of items have gone up. So somehow we are being affected by the high rate of inflation.
Okay, more broadly speaking, what's your playbook at the Fed Coup for the new year 2023? Give me something concrete that you folks are looking at in the new year.
Okay, the new year, we are still going to focus on having virtually everybody, all the corporate societies in the MDAs to become part of this body. And then we're looking at establishing the FedCoop schools, which we think will alleviate people's suffering in terms of school fees being paid by civil servants, where our members can go at a very subsidized rate. We are working towards that, and we think that will be achievable by next year.
Would you be asking the government for higher salaries and wages?
No. It's not within our purview. We are just cooperative societies. We seek for, we harness our resources together and move on. We can get grants out of our funds. We can seek for grants. We can get assistance for the things we want to do, like setting up the school, as I mentioned, even hospitals in time to come. So we just get support. But in terms of wages and all that, it's not within our purview. It's not part of our activities.
Okay, great. We really appreciate your time with us on the show tonight. I wish you and your team all the best when you meet tomorrow for your annual conference. Thank you so much, Onjefu Obe, President of the Federal Civil Service Staff Cooperative Union.